in a bout that had a different type of drama. Christian Mbilli won but failed to impress against a limited Sergey Derevyanchenko on Saturday, August 17th. There are questions to be asked and answers not yet. Let's talk about it. The middleweight fight that took place Saturday, August 17th between Christian Mbilli and Sergey Derevyanchenko was thought going in to be a fight of high caliber between two middleweights, one that was super middleweights, one who was on the upswing, and Mbilli, who was looking to break into a championship opportunity. The other, a grizzled veteran, in Derevyanchenko, who has had a couple of title shots and even been on the bad end of decisions in his career that could have propelled his career forward. So we knew that at some point in this fight between these two men, there would be some sort of competitive nature to arise and place them in a position where one would have to be definitive in battle to come out as the victor. It almost happened that way, but we were robbed of that situation as Sergey Derevyanchenko was robbed of the opportunity when his left arm failed him in the fourth round of the bout, where he suffered a torn bicep. Something that a couple of rounds later, replay cameras could catch the event when it exactly happened. Early in the bout, Mbilli jumped on top of Derevyanchenko with his normal aggressive self, looking to pummel him with hooks and uppercuts as he marched in and forward. Derevyanchenko, who seemingly had to adjust somewhat to what Mbilli was doing, found himself on the back foot and being in heavy pursuit by Mbilli. Then, as the rounds began to change, by round 3, it looked like Derevyanchenko was starting to catch rhythm and catch Mbilli coming in. The fight was starting to shift. I could see where Mbilli could see what I could see where Derevyanchenko could see what Mbilli was doing, and he was starting to counter. His counter shots were crisp and sharp. Derevyanchenko is a wily fighter, an intelligent fighter with a great deal of experience stemming from both the amateur career that he had, which was extensive, and his professional career, being that he had been in with world champions in the past. But Father Time is undefeated. He's 38 years of age, and Mbilli, who's 29, seemingly didn't display what he should have when he was attacking Derevyanchenko. And once the left arm went out, Derevyanchenko resorted to using his right hand to the maximum, pummeling Mbilli as who was coming in without a jab, with uppercuts, straight rights, and right hooks to the body. It was quite a spirited effort by Derevyanchenko, who was being asked by his cornerman if he wanted him to stop the fight, and he did not. He wanted to continue, but he wasn't going to be able to be successful in the long run with 8 rounds to go, utilizing only a right hand. Now, the downside of this happened to be the fact that Mbilli didn't show any boxing skills whatsoever in this fight. I don't know if it was due to he just recognizing that Sergey was at a disadvantage, or if it was something more revealing in the fact that the boxing skills for the top level fighters is not there. And that's something that I am having to maybe reassess, because I looked at him as quite a comer and a guy who could possibly challenge for a world title with his physicality, but knowing that when he's in against certain type of fighters, boxing skills are going to have to come to the forefront, meaning operating behind the jab, stepping around opponents, moving in and out, being able to be more defensively responsible. And that was not on display even against a one-armed Derevyanchenko. So my reassessment of this is Christian Mbilli is a more limited fighter than I had thought. You know, the quality of opposition of which he has been able to overpower up to this point has shown him to be fierce. But against Sergey Derevyanchenko, he wasn't as fierce as previously projected, but he was strong and he was youthful. And that means that he had an opportunity to outwork the elder statesman, especially who was at a disadvantage with his injury. But he didn't make the proper adjustments to even try to set a knockout up in the fight. Thus, when the fight ended, he was seen ringside with an ice pack on his own shoulder, showing that maybe he had been injured or hurt himself. All that tells me is that he is uncertain, and there are things that are gonna have to be addressed in the gym. But if he is going for a title shot, this fight showed more about what his limitations are than what his advantages could be going forward in the future in a possible title fight. So with that being said, Christian Mbilli is still a crowd-pleasing fighter. He's exciting, he's aggressive, and those are monikers that people love when they tune in to watch a fight. I don't think he'll be in a bad fight, but I do think he could end up in a bad way with a more experienced fighter, youthful as himself, and can take advantages of the mistakes that he make. Now, we'll see what's up for the future. I'm guessing a light touch before a title shot. But what do you think? This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.